Okay, we will start with volumetric strain because you need to study volumetric strain in terms of stresses also. We have done 3 cases earlier, like finding out the volumetric strain, knowing the dimensional changes. But here we are finding out an expression in terms of stresses. So I have taken a rectangular block of dimensions L, B and D. So that length, breadth and depth. So I have got the 3 dimensions, and this particular block is subjected to 3 stresses, sigma 1, sigma 2 and sigma 3. So as I have seen, this is stresses. Sigma 1 is acting on the face BD. Sigma 2 is acting on the face LD. And sigma 3 is acting on the face L into B. So you can see all the phases I have written there. So you can identify sigma 1 is acting on the face B into D, sigma 2 is acting on the face L into D, and sigma 3 is acting on the face L into B. So now we are going to find out, you already know that volumetric strain for a rectangular bar is strains of all the 3 dimensions. So you have the strain in length delta L, strain in the length delta B, strain in the length depth. So we have to take the summation of all the 3 strains. So first of all, you will take the strain in the direction of sigma 1. So as you can just examine here, you can see that when you take sigma 1, what happens here is sigma 1 is pulling like this. So this dimension L is going to increase. So I have taken here strain in the direction of sigma 1 is equal to, I have taken strain in the direction of sigma 1. So sigma 1 by capital E is the direct strain. Sigma 1 by capital E is the direct strain. But at the same time, since sigma 2 and sigma 3 are acting in the perpendicular directions of sigma 1, these two will induce lateral strains in the direction of sigma 1. So sigma 2 and sigma 3 will produce lateral strains in the direction of sigma 1. So you have to take into account, in addition to sigma 1 by E, you have to find out the effect of sigma 2 and sigma 3 also in the direction of sigma 1. So how will you find out the lateral strain? You have to take Poisson's ratio. So Poisson's ratio is the formula or the constant which you use to find out the lateral strain. So direct strain in this direction of sigma 2 is sigma 2 by E. Direct strain into Poisson's ratio, you get the lateral strain. So I have taken sigma 2 by E into 1 by M, that is sigma 2 by ME. Similarly, sigma 3 by E into 1 by M, you get sigma 3 by ME. So I have told you in the first case itself, in lateral strains, you have to always take opposite sign. Since I have taken sigma 1 by I as positive, this is minus and this is also minus. And also assume that all the 3 stresses are tensile stress. So I have told you previously, this is equal to strain of the length, so it is delta L by L. Now we will pass on to strain in the direction of sigma 2. In the direction of sigma 2, what will happen is, you are pulling like this. So which dimension is going to increase? This dimension B. So I have taken strain in the direction of sigma 2, which is also equal to delta B by B. So as I have told you previously, strain in the direction of sigma 2 means sigma 2 by E is the direct strain. At the same time, the effect of sigma 1 and sigma 3 also in the direction of sigma 2. So I have taken the effect of sigma 1 and sigma 3 in the direction of sigma 2 as lateral strains. So I have taken sigma 1 by E into 1 by M as well as sigma 3 by E into 1 by M. And all those I have taken opposite sign. Since this is plus, I have taken these two as negative. And this is equal to delta B by B. Then we will come to sigma 3 direction. When you pull in this direction, this dimension, that is the dimension parallel to sigma 3 is D. So you get delta D by D. So sigma 3 by E is the direct strain over here, as well as sigma 1 and sigma 2 will produce lateral strain in the direction of sigma 3. So I have taken minus sigma 1 by ME minus sigma 2 by ME, which is equal to delta D by D. So we have taken delta L by L, delta B by B and delta D by D. So we are having the strain values in terms of stresses, at the same time in terms of dimension also. Now we already know that volumetric strain EV is equal to delta V by V is equal to sum of the strains of all the 3 dimensions, since it is a rectangular bar. So it is delta L by L plus delta B by B plus delta D by D. So summing up all these 3 values over here, You can see here, this is sigma 1 by E, this is sigma 2 by E, sigma 3 by E. All these are coming once. Here minus sigma 2 by ME, here minus sigma 2 by ME, 2 times coming. Here sigma 1 by ME, sigma 1 by ME again 2 times, and here sigma 3 by ME and sigma 3 by ME. So if I take sigma 1 plus sigma 2 plus sigma 3 by E outside, these first values will come as 1, other comes as 2 times, and in terms of 1 by M also coming. So I have taken sigma 1 plus sigma 2 plus sigma 3 by E into 1 minus 2 by E. So this is a general expression for finding out a volumetric strain for a rectangular wall. So this expression can be always used for a 3-dimensional stress system in the way that if sigma 1 only is there, just put sigma 2 and sigma 3 as 0. If sigma 1 and sigma 2 are there, put sigma 3 as equal to 0. And this expression is derived assuming that all the 3 stresses are tensile. If anyone is coming as compressive, just put negative sign. That's all the difference. So please keep in mind this equation, which can be applied anywhere, universal. This is a general expression for finding out the volumetric strain for a rectangular part.